So today we're going to focus on how to use the law of attraction effortlessly. So the law of attraction is pretty much what we focus on and what we think about primarily is what we're going to attract and bring into our life. Now, the law of attraction is easier said than done because it's quite challenging to constantly remind yourself, oh, this is what I need to be thinking about if I want to get this thing. Because we can get distracted. So a solution is to find out a way that makes this process of the law of attraction more natural. And an example is if we've got a negative feeling that we're carrying inside of us the majority of the day, that in turn is going to create negative thoughts in our head. And so obviously those negative thoughts are going to bring negative things into our life. With that being, the solution to making the law of attraction more effortless and easier is to dissolve those negative feelings. So the way to dissolve these negative feelings is to use a process called welcoming. And it's discussed by a variety of people. It's made popular by the Sedona method. There's also a book called The Secret. It's very popular by Rhonda Byrne. And she's also got another book called The Greatest Secret. And that talks about the process of welcoming and how we can use this to dissolve any negative feelings that we might have. So the idea behind welcoming is what we resist will persist. And when we keep resisting emotions, they're going to stick around. So welcoming is diving into these feelings and just being aware of them. And eventually, and it doesn't take very long, eventually these emotions that you have will dissolve. When these emotions dissolve, you're not going to have negative thoughts running around anymore in your head. Okay? So that's what I mean when I say that's what's going to make the law of attraction easier, is when we dissolve these negative feelings. Okay, so try wrap this up. We need to focus on dissolving these feelings. So you're going to bring up a negative emotion in your body, and you're going to bring up a negative emotion, and it might be either in your chest or in your belly. And instead of stuffing it down and trying to avoid it, which is completely normal, that's what everyone else does, you want to you just want to be aware of that feeling. So ask yourself the question, am I aware? That question is just going to put you in a state where you're conscious of what's inside your body and what's around you. And when you're in that state of awareness, that's when these feelings are going to dissolve. So ask yourself the question, am I aware? And just by asking yourself that question, just ask yourself it right now. You're going to be aware of what feelings you might be having. Don't judge those feelings. Just see it as energy that hasn't been processed in your body. And then slowly those feelings are going to dissolve. Doing this process is what's going to make the law of attraction so much easier, because you're getting rid of these negative emotions, right? And tied to these negative emotions and feelings is thousands of thoughts. So you're going to be getting rid of a lot of negative thoughts by removing these negative feelings. I hope that helps. I know I might have been jumping up around in circles a bit, and it might have been hard to follow, but main point is just to not suppress these negative feelings and emotions and just be aware of them.